weeks, something has kept coming into my mind. How about we talk about pleasures?
Ooh. Okay.
Pleasures.
Just
Usually most pleasures are guilty, right? Okay, so maybe let's say guilty pleasures.
Okay. Apart from the obvious.
What would the obvious?
SB.
Apart from the obvious.
Let's say milkshakes. Those things. Like I even taken a milkshake and you just want to.
Yeah.
Feel like you're
Especially on a hot day.
You've arrived. So that's like my second guilty pleasure. My first one, the other one, yeah. That's time. It's PG. Too PG. I don't know. Especially when you arrive. So let's say my first guilty pleasure is arrival.
Arrival.
Yeah, arrival.
That's right.
I cannot deal with you women. Arrivalism. Anymore. My guilty pleasure list is extremely long, but like you, Manuela, yes, milkshakes, pork. You know, I love me some pork. Yeah,
Not from Chadondo.
girl, been there. Yeah.
I was thinking more sweet and sour.
Nice.
Sweet pain.
Don't mix my sweet with my sour.
Now look at these ones. Are we?
Sweet, my sour. No, don't put pineapple on my pizza.
You don't like that?
So you're a
actually
pizza
nice.
chick. You're a pizza guilty pleasure chick.
I love food.
You love food. Oh,
I
okay.
love working out even more. That's why I asked her which pleasure.
Guilty or just
Have you felt
pleasure?
that sweet pain after you worked out the day after?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, you've not.
No.
And especially if it takes you to arrival.
No.
Anyway.
So Pum likes food and
It's actually meat. If I say meat, I really like meat. Yeah, and if I'm allowed to say, I really like to have a good time when it's time to have a good time. Are we allowed to say sex on the show?
If you know, you know.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
But that was my arrival.
I don't want the show to get
That was my
cancelled.
arrival.
Are we allowed to say? Okay.
We should be ice cream, chocolate, anything sugar.
it's got sugar in it. But I think much as we don't speak about it all the time, but I think sex is good sex.
Oh, that's a point.
Good sex. Great sex.
Yeah.
After
Not to
30.
speak in a desert, please.
After
Just
what?
saying.
After 30.
After 30. Yes. Because after 30, you're done with the trying to find a man. You're done with having the babies. You're at that point whereby now I want to pleasure myself. You understand?
When we were younger, it was all about Neda, please your man. I'm sorry, let me be pleased first. I'll deal with you later. Yeah, after 30, that's where we're going. I'm not about that life anymore. You know, time. No, yeah. You're thinking about so many things. Work, I tell that towel, I tell the gundi. No, help me. If the nkumbi is there, it's going to clean me. If it's there. I'm not about that, so not 25. No, I'm not about bad life anymore.
You know those times when people used to be the man that you could go down on? Please.
What?
If you don't have to reach. Anyway.
I'm sorry, are we talking about guilty pleasures?
We're on a man show, right?
Yes, we are. No, I actually would like us to explore this a bit more, but I feel like we need more time, so I will refrain from asking questions and making comments.
Okay, ladies, let's try and rein it all in by asking the question, do these guilty pleasures have serious repercussions as mothers? That's coming up on Bump Love.
Welcome back to Bump Love. Remember, you can join us and join the conversation on Facebook and on Twitter at Bump Love UG. We're talking guilty pleasures and the repercussions that come from guilty pleasures. And of course, as mums, staying in shape is one of those big things that a lot of us struggle with. You know, we finished the important business of bringing children into this world, and then we are just amorphous and Elephant. Big stomach, love handles. Oh my gosh, the works.
The neck, like the back.
Gosh.
Tires.
Your good side. So ladies, what was it like for you post-birth? Did you snap back into pre-pregnancy body, or was it dieting, juicing, Zumba, a combination of all?
I worked out with my baby. As I had told you before, like I was too busy. I think I first took a break. I started putting on weight after my son was maybe like 5 years. Yeah, he's turning 9 now. Yes, because I was so hands-on. He was so dependent at the time. I used to work out. You know, like my mom's like that real tough military style, while other mothers are making for them bougie and bushera and whatever with their kids. My mother, when I went home, she asked me, "What is your plan for this arm? You're in the future. What is the plan?" And then she got down. I wish I could show you. I did sit-ups. I left the hospital and I went home, and my mom showed me how to work out with my child. Yeah, because that's always the excuse. I tell you now the baby, I tell you what. She showed me every single exercise. Oh, she's a nutritionist also, but she's also military style. Hold your baby, everything you do. So my mom's like tough as nails. She doesn't allow. She has this, which I think is a truth. It's a fact that you lose weight when I was fortunately vaginal birth, so I didn't have any restrictions. As soon as you go, and I didn't have the tearing as well, so nothing was hurting. Like my body was good to go. And she says it's crucial in the first 6 weeks that weight has to go. So I had this thing, even when I was doing something as simple as my baby sleeping, and now I can eat. My baby was in those chairs like this, and she would make me work out my tummy. Swing, the plate of food is here. This was the exercise, yeah. Eat and do that. Eat, like everything has to go back. Sorry, whatever you do, if you hold your child, why is your child there and you're just watching TV as you do? This arm must go. Everything has to go. Do with your baby. Hold your baby. Lift this. Move. When I would hear the hoot from the other side, I had to go out and push my baby on the stroller outside. It was like activity all the time. So for me, as long as I was working, which was the time when my baby was entirely dependent on me, I was really small. I lost the weight so fast, everything went. As soon as my child started school, kilograms started to pile up. Kilograms started to pile up. Yeah. So I don't understand that struggle. I feel like if you're actually parenting and mothering your child and doing everything as a mom without help, the weight should go. Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm already in my 30s, so really always for us, the kgs are always coming on. 32, either 32 or 33. I'll find out in December.
After you're 30, you lose count.
Jesus at this time was really active. So like at that time, I feel like the weight keeps piling.
Yeah.
Especially even after you've had your second child. But for my first child, first of all, I was C-section.
So
I started
you couldn't.
exercise. No, and now that's the thing. I never ever felt sorry for myself. I didn't. Even my doctor was just like, please, even if you've had a C-section, there's a lot that you can't do. So I was like, so what exactly can I do? And he told me the first thing you've got to learn to do as a C-section mother is to tuck in.
Tuck in. I learned that from you. Yeah.
So especially when you're breastfeeding, because then you feel it contract. Now the hardest thing to do when
as
you had a
C-section,
baby, especially as a C-section mother, is to tuck
in. It's
Extremely
extremely difficult.
Because it doesn't even hurt. Not necessarily hurt.
It does. It feels like it's far away from you because you still have the bump.
You can't get the muscles in. You can't get to contract. So he would first tell me the first thing you need to do is first of all learn how to breathe in and breathe out. So usually when we're breathing in, people breathe in and take in their stomachs. No, that's wrong. You're actually to breathe in, your stomach should be like a balloon. So when you breathe in, it actually gets bigger. And then the first thing to do to tuck in is to breathe out, so your stomach goes in. Now aim for your navel to reach the back of your
back spine.
And when it reaches, breathe. Try to breathe with
while it's still
position.
There.
Okay. Exactly. So the first thing he taught me was tucking.
Yeah.
And then he told me that after 6 weeks, I'm going to look for my diastasis recti and see how many fingers I can fit in. And you find that when I did my checked my diastasis recti in the beginning, I had like 4 or 5 fingers inside there. Those are the 2 stomach muscles.
Yeah.
Right? That as you widen, they get
They get bigger.
Yeah. And yet they're supposed to be really quite close. So you tell me, lie down on the floor and fix your fingers here in your navel. And see, you'll actually feel you'll actually feel it in. So I would do that, and I had like 4 or 5 fingers fitting in when I just had the baby. 6 weeks just breastfeeding and whatever and tucking in. I had 2 fingers in.
Wow.
And the maximum is really 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah, 1. So it was like, now all you have to do is just fight this. Your diastasis recti is in place. Now the problem is many times mothers go for exercise with their diastasis recti
already split.
So you find that every sit-up you do just keeps widening. So the best thing to do is try to get it in. So as a C-section mom, for me, from the first time the baby latched, zoop, I was stuck in that stomach. So by 6 weeks, I was actually doing my sit-ups. And it wasn't those things of 6 months and whatever. So it was... Yeah, for me, it came, although I have to work hard.
Yeah,
my
definitely.
My whatever, all of it.
I got that same advice from you. Actually, to this day, I naturally just tuck in my tummy.
Yeah.
I actually have to tell myself, okay, it's okay now, you can just release. Yeah.
It's all right.
But I started.
But it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't. No, it's okay when say I'm sitting in the car and nobody's watching me. I can release my tummy. Yes, and do my thing. It's still there. It's still there. But yeah, so I got the same advice. I remember texting Manuela when I just had my baby and saying, I've just had my baby. I was C-section, of course, you already knew that. So she gave me all that advice about rectal, that one there. So yeah, I did the whole suck in your tummy, and now for me it's just a part of my sitting posture and everything.
But I think it's also important for young mothers to understand that we have different bodies. You see, everything you're talking about, I also have proof that it doesn't work. Like, for example, for my first, I was like, man, I thought that the second you have a baby, you're like a balloon that you'll, contract immediately, and that didn't happen. So 6 weeks after I had the baby, I was doing sit-ups, everything, and then I ruptured my C-section. Which meant then I had to, sit forever. I couldn't do anything about it. That said, I'm thinking, like, for young mothers, people will say it's not the right thing, but we're picking up so many ideas. Women are spending so much time, you even forget about your baby because you're trying to lose weight. And I noticed people who lose a lot of weight when they've just had a baby, it comes back.
It does.
It comes back. Yet I'm thinking if you take, no, but for it took forever, hers when. I know with the first baby, most times you bounce back. But as you keep having them, even that whole desire, like now, I don't own that thing.
That
one.
It's wide open.
Yeah.
I think I agree.
The doctor was like, because I'd lost the weight and everything, and he was like, but you don't have that. I said, yes, when I sit, my belly come out. When I stand, it's flat. And in all honesty, I'll say this, I don't care.
You don't care?
I think I agree with you, because for my first, I didn't put on so much weight. But after the second, my goodness, like I used to eat, because I also don't have lots of breast milk, so I would drink a lot, but then I gave it time. I'm like, you know what, let him make a year, and then I can start. And I was at it. I started my workouts, and I think about 4 weeks later, everyone was asking, wow, how do you do it? Like, yes, I was very dedicated, because I was doing an intense workout, Insanity. I don't know if you've heard of it. I was doing Insanity.
And what happened when you got off Insanity?
Things happened.
It's best to do things that you can keep
up with. Yes.
This story is like for everybody. Because same as me when I did the whole Insanity thing.
You see,
but I like that if you start Insanity, you're making working out a lifestyle.
Because with
that, you feel like you can do it every often.
And then keep up. You can do it often?
Yes.
I think ideally, like you said, it should be a lifestyle.
It shouldn't stop
working out. But then again, every time we are thinking that weight loss happens in the gym. Most of it happens in the kitchen.
In the kitchen,
so I found that even up to now, you're still at it.
Because I do it in my bedroom actually. Because I do it. But for me, it's because now my baby is not even yet a year, so I have that excuse. When he makes a year, I'll resume, and I know that I'll get the shape I want.
The things.
So I don't put myself under so much pressure, which I think.
All right, we want to talk to someone who actually works and helps moms get back in shape. Yeah, we have an exciting guest. She's a certified Zumba instructor. You want to stick around for that? That's coming up on Bamp Love.